Blessings, blessings. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of you amazing people. Thank you so much for joining me for Quick Word Tuesday. I know that it is a time change. So if you can take just a moment and tag somebody, message them and let them know to get on over. That I had to do a time change on this morning. I have some other responsibilities to do on today, but I still wanted to be faithful to my assignment. And so if you can just share and tag and share, I greatly appreciate it. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself to the people that do not know me, and let you know who I am. I am Dr. Deidre Samuel McLeod. I am the amazing Dr. Deidre Samuel McLeod that pastors the amazing church called Divine Destiny Ministries. Yes, right here in the great city of Hartsville, South Carolina. I'm telling you that if you're looking for a church home, I know right now that churches are having a bad rep, pastors are having a bad rep right now. But I promise you, we're not a perfect church, but we are a church that is trying our best to seek the face of God, to walk in God's will, and do the things that God has called and declared for over our lives. And I'm telling you, every day we go trying our best to represent Christ. So if you're looking for a church home, if you're looking for a pastor, I'm telling you now, give church a try. Give God a try again. Don't just wipe out church and pastors just because you ran across a bad one. We run across bad apples, but we still keep eating apples every chance that we get. So I'm telling you now, give God a try again and give church a try again. I am also the online facilitator for the Daughters of Zion Women's Ministry. And I'm telling you, it is an amazing ministry to be a part. I'm unpacking women's, I'm restoring their crowns and allowing them to know who they are all over again. Sometimes we forget who we are. And I'm telling you, right there in that hub, I'm always declaring and decreeing, helping us to be able to recognize who we are and whose we are. And if you have not subscribed to me yet, I'm telling you, subscribe to me. It's only $1.99 a month, $1.99 a month. And I'm telling you, I'm always releasing nuggets. I'm always releasing strategies. I'm always helping you to understand your purpose, your call, and to be able to have the confidence to walk forth in it. Now that I got all of that out of the way, I want to talk to you on this morning about distractions, about distractions. On last night for my ministerial meeting, I talked about distractions last night as well. Because sometimes we get so consumed with the cares of the world. We get so consumed with opportunities. We get consumed with work, taking care of the kids, just regular things. And sometimes they don't always just be sinful things, but sometimes that we still get distracted by things in life and we miss what God is speaking and telling for us to do. And just because doors open does not necessarily mean that it's a door from God. Sometimes we have good doors open, but it's not necessarily a God door. And more every day, God is really revealing to me that I'm on it, because sometimes me too, I'm gonna put myself also in it. Sometimes I get excited about opportunities. I get excited about preaching God's word. I get excited about sharing and speaking to other people. And sometimes people will pull on you, and people will pull on you, and they're not necessarily your assignment. And you get caught up, you get drained, you get frustrated because you're trying to pour into people that's only there to take. And just like having a bank account, I can give it to you in layman's terms and let you to be able to understand it that way. Just like having a bank account, if you're always making withdrawals, and you're never pouring something back into your bank account, I'm telling you, you're going to end up depleted. You're going to end up overdrawn, or you're going to end up with bounce checks. You're going to end up with your debit card not able to withdraw anything out because nothing was ever put in it. So we have to understand that distractions come to deplete us. Distractions come to deplete taint us. And you got to make sure that you're paying attention to what the enemy has launched your way to distract you. I started talking to them on last night. It might sound like a repeat from last night, but I gotta share some of the nuggets that I shared with them on last night. That not every space and not every opportunity deserves you. You have to understand that some people, they are only invite you, or they are only try to allow you to be a part of what they're doing, not because they believe in you, or not because you got something to offer. Sometimes they'll bring you there because it's a setup to drain you. It's a setup to kill you. It's a setup to destroy you. It's a setup to destroy your mental. And the enemy knows exactly what he's doing in order to get you out of the assignment that God has actually called you forth to operate in. He has sent people that look like they're coming to bless you, that look like they're coming to give you the opportunity that you didn't prayed for. They look like they coming to offer you the whole world. It's the best thing that you ever thought that you were that you thinking to yourself, I prayed for this. This is an answered prayer. And sometimes the enemy shows up that looks like an answered prayer, and it's really not. I pray that I blessed you with that one. Every invitation is not from God. Every invitation is not from God. Some people, they invite you to destroy you. They invite you to tear you apart. They invite you to make you feel like that you're not deserving, to make you feel small, to kill your confidence, to kill your self-esteem, to kill the very thing that you thought that you prayed for. It'll kill your dreams. I'm telling you now, distractions in this manner will tear you apart, will make you doubt everything that God has ever called you forth to do, will make you doubt the very anointing that's upon your life, will make you doubt the direction that you really know that you're supposed to be operating in, simply because they invited you to tear you apart, to make you not be confident in who God has spoken and declared over your life. I told them on last night, I said boundaries are biblical. And you got to understand that boundaries are biblical. They're not selfish. They're not carnal, but they're biblical. And I gave them the scripture out of Nehemiah, the 6th chapter, the 3rd verse. And it talked about Nehemiah right here. He was building a wall. He was on an assignment from God. But the people kept trying to invite him to come down. Come down where we are. Come down where we are. Nehemiah 6 and 3. They kept trying to invite him to come down off the wall. People will invite you to bring you off of your assignment. What God told you to do, they'll start inviting you. So you will leave, that you abandon your assignment to begin to operate in theirs. They'll make you abandon what you was doing and make you lose focus. And you will spend so much time pouring and giving and showing up for them until you miss doing what you should have been doing. And then by the time you go back to it, you're frustrated, you're aggravated, you're tired, you're worn out, and that's what the enemy desires for you. It'll pull you off of your assignment because it is a distraction. It's not an opportunity. I need for you to understand that it's a distraction. It's not an opportunity. Oftentimes, we lack discernment. We lack discernment. That's how come we are easily distracted. The enemy will make you get off focus. He'll make you get off kilter. You'll begin to start focusing on things that you should have never been focusing on. Things that they'll woo you with kind words. They'll woo you with sweet things that you've been waiting to hear. They'll woo you and tell you how beautiful you are, because the enemy know that you're looking for reassurance. It'll know the enemy knows that your self-esteem is not really where it's supposed to be. That you're focusing on your looks, and so he'll send somebody to remind you or to say to you what you've been longing to hear, that you're beautiful, and try to make you think that I want that they the best thing since sliced bread. And then you all of a sudden, because you'll let your guard down, you'll begin to lose discernment, because you'll start hearing what they're saying, because you've been longing to hear that for a long time. And then you'll begin to abandon your assignment because they're now appeasing your flesh. They're now making you feel confident about your looks, and you abandon what God has called you to operate in. Listen to me good. Matthew 10 and 14 talks about, and whosoever shall not receive you. not nor hear your words when you depart out of that house or city. Shake off the dust off your feet. In other words, right here, if they couldn't receive you in your low place, how are they going to now receive you now in this place? Some people get so familiar with who you are. They like one of my clients was telling me that somebody said, I've been knowing Dee Dee before she was this. And as if they don't have to respect me as being the pastor now. They don't have to respect me as being the prophet because they knew me before. They knew who I was before. But I'm telling you now that if you can't receive who I am, where I am right now, this new thing that God has placed up on the inside of me, that God has now allowed me to now to be to come forth as a new creature, and old things are behind me. If you can't receive where I am right now, surely you don't deserve access to what God has placed on the inside of me. And so therefore I gotta shake the dust off my feet. I know what I did better than you know what I did. I know who I was before you knew who I really was. And so if you can't receive who God now has transformed me to be, you can't receive the prophetic word that God might be releasing over your life. You might not be able to receive the healing that God got down in my belly, that be able to bring you up out of the place that you're in, because you're still trying to attach me to just being Dee and not who God has now called me forth to be now. So you got to be able to understand. You got to understand that that when you're assigned in a place, that people will try to always try to pull you back to who you was in high school, who you was as the drug addict, who you was as an alcoholic, who you was in your former life. I'm telling you now, in your earliest stages of life, they're trying to pull you back there. But I need for somebody to write in the comments, boo, that is no longer me. That is no longer me. And you got to understand that there's a difference, because people will distract you and try to remind you of how you used to cuss. Oh, she used to be a cuss better than a sailor. She was a whoremonger. He was on crack. He was in prison. All of that stuff might be fact, but let me tell you something. Just because it's fact does not mean that it's my future. Just because you know that about me, and because I once was that, does not mean that I don't have the opportunity to be able to change. And one thing about people will never see who you are now, because they do too distracted about who you used to be. And because you distracted there does not mean that I have to stay there. So you got to understand that access is spiritual. It's not about thinking that you're better than nobody. It's not about thinking that you got it going on better than anybody else. Nah, it ain't about none of that. The fact of the matter is that I can't be distracted about you constantly reminding me of who I once was, because I got an assignment. I got a job now to do. I got to stay on the wall. I got to keep building on the wall. I got to keep going forth. I got to keep doing the very thing that God has called me forth to do. And let me tell you something, and hear me well. That even though that some people might come to distract you, and try to keep you from going forth, I need for you to also understand that sometimes distraction often comes from misplaced priority. When you stay so consumed with hanging around people that are buzzards, that are chickens, that ain't flying nowhere, that ain't going nowhere, and they want you to come down on their level. I'm telling you now, and you're not soaring like how God has called you to soar. I'm telling you right now that you will stay distracted, you will stay frustrated, and a clear sign of that I'm not where I'm supposed to be is frustration will show up. It will show up. Right now, I'm in a battle right now, because I know that God is calling me to do something else, and I'm frustrated where I am. I'm frustrated because I know that I'm flying lower than where I'm supposed to be going. I'm flying lower, and because I'm flying lower, I've allowed people to have access to me that should have never had access to me, because I got distracted in my journey. And I need for somebody to be able to grab this, that maybe sometimes that you're distracted because you got misplaced priorities, and you're not where you're supposed to be. Frustration. Listen, I'm thinking about Martha. Martha was doing not necessarily doing wrong things or bad things, but she was steady cleaning. She was steady doing stuff when Mary was over there at his feet. But she was steady cleaning. This got to be clean. This got to be done. I got to cook this. I got to wash clothes. I got to do this. And not that you're not supposed to clean your house. Not that you're supposed to wash clothes. Not that you're not supposed to cook dinner for your kids. Not that you're not supposed to be with your husband or be with your wife. But you got to understand that when you misplace priorities, you'll always get distracted. You'll get consumed. You'll wake up all of a sudden during the middle of the day and realize what you should have done or what you should have got done, you didn't, because you spent so much time cleaning. You didn't pray. You didn't seek the face of God. You didn't lay in his presence. But no, you was running behind the kids. No, you had to clean up the house. No, you had to do all of this. And misplaced priority, I told them it looked like I do a lot. Absolutely, I am doing a lot. But let me tell you something. I prioritize my day. I even prioritize me getting a nap because I understand that if I'm worn out, if I'm torn down, that I won't be able to do the things that God has called me forth to do because I'm too weary to be able to do it. And so you got to understand that you got to put priorities where they need to be. I'm gonna clean the house. I'm gonna wash the clothes. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna study my word. I'm a minister to somebody. I'm a encourage somebody. But I still got to do what God has called me forth to do. And if I have misplaced my priorities, I won't be able to accomplish what God has called me to forth to do. And last thing is, and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna leave you alone. That when you choose presence over pressure, I'm telling you, when you choose presence, the presence of God, then somebody pressuring you, I'm telling you, you will make the right decisions. Mary chose to sit and listen to God. She chose. Martha walked around with an attitude. She was mad. Can't you imagine that? I'm over here cleaning. I'm over here cooking. I'm over here doing everything, and you just over there sitting at the feet of Jesus. And can you imagine her rolling her neck and get? You know how we get when we get frustrated, when we get aggravated, when we get tired, and people are trying to put their irresponsibilities, their lack of priorities on you and make you feel like they try to pressure you and being dysfunctional like them. They are trying to pressure you to leave from your being in the presence of God and doing what God has called and assigned for you to do, and pressure you to follow them in their mess. Let me tell you something. Jesus spoke up. And let me tell you something. Jesus spoke up. And the lesson isn't don't work. And I'm paraphrasing. But he let her know that Mary that was sitting at his feet actually chose the better thing to do. While you over there stressed out, broke down, frustrated, aggravated, getting mad because she chose to be in the presence, and you trying to pressure her to come from his feet and do what you doing because you tired, because you frustrated, I want you to join in with my frustration. I want you to join. I don't let nobody now, let me address that now, pressure me to show up for them because your emergency is not necessarily mine. And if God has called me to do a thing, I'm not going to come down from doing what I'm doing because you're trying to pressure me to make me feel like I'm not walking in the thing that God has spoken and declared over my life. You have an assignment and I have an assignment, and I'm not going to let you pressure me to do something because he didn't give you the assignment that I have. And then maybe he did, but you're not listening. You're not doing, because apparently Martha wasn't doing what she should have been doing, was sitting along with Mary. But she was trying to pressure Mary to get up. The lesson isn't don't work. It is don't let work replace your connection with God. It is not that you're not supposed to wash the clothes, but don't be so consumed with washing the clothes, cleaning up, running behind the kids, working your job, hustling and bustling and date night mess up your connection with God. Because sometimes The distraction is disguised as an opportunity. It's disguised as you're doing the right thing. It's disguised as that I'm trying to better myself. And sometimes it's a way that the enemy use to distract you. And one day you'll wake up and say, Lord, how in the world did I get here? How did I get so far away from doing what I'm supposed to do for you? When you lose focus, you lose your footing. And maybe right now you're tripping. You're tripping and you're not able to stand tall because you lost your focus. You're distracted. You're distracted. You can be in the will of God. You can't be in the will of God and do what God has called you to do. And you so distracted by the things that's out of his will. You cannot be in his will and you're so distracted by things that are not in his will. I pray that you have been blessed on today. I pray. I have so much more, but I have an appointment that I got to get to. And I'm telling you, I just want to share this and not be rushing later on to share it with you. But I'm telling you, if you enjoying Quick Word Tuesday, let me know in the comments that you enjoy Quick Word Tuesday. If you want a winning Wednesday, a thriving Thursday, and an unforgettable Friday, let me know so that we can make certain things happen. Because I'm telling you, in this year, I know you might can't see my shirt, but I'm shifting. I want to shift and walk in the things that God has called for me to do. And even if that means that I have to walk away from things that look normal or look like it was opportunities or look like that it was great connections, if I have to walk away from it, I'm going to stay in God's will. Listen, I don't have time for the credits, but y'all know that we always doing something. Y'all follow everybody that's following my church. You follow Minister B and Deacon Clyde James for Marriage Matters. You follow Evangelist Letitia McLeod on Fridays or Thursdays for prayer. Follow us, just always following us because we always saying something and we always doing something. Why? Because God is always saying something and doing something. Join us tonight for Bible study, for prayer and Bible study at 6 p.m. I know you can join the live, but come in the house. There's so much more that you'll get. Peace.